Good morning, everybody. Pam Sullivan here from Sweet Pea Creates, and I am working on my water slides for my She Is cups. I just put the front and back water slide on these two cups, and I'm going to be putting this colored water slide of my logo on the bottom. I am going to use the colored one because this is a light enough background and the blue is just going to make that purple darker, which I'm okay with. So anyway, I'm going to get started on the other cup that I have finished, and it has an orange bottom, and so I'm going to use the black and white logo. I just think it'll show up better. If you put purple over orange, it's kind of gonna get muddy, and I don't want a brown muddy color. So I'm gonna go ahead and soak this water slide, which I have printed, let dry, and then coated it with clear gloss spray paint, then a layer of, I use Gorilla Glue rubberized waterproofing spray. Other people use Plastidip. It's basically the same thing. I just found this slightly cheaper when I was looking for it, and it's been working for me. So, and then after that layer, let that dry, and then do another coat of the clear spray paint. And I believe, yes, I used a matte spray paint this time, flat matte for the clear. So I'm going to go ahead and soak it for, this is fairly cold water, so I'm going to do it about 40 seconds. And then I'm going to take it out and place it on the bottom of my tumbler. I'll scoot this up a little bit in a minute. I want you to be able to see what it looks like when it's getting wet and ready to be placed on the tumbler. Maybe if I put this at an angle, my cup won't be too crooked and maybe you can see better. But you'll see when I put it in, it curls up. I just lay it flat for a few minutes and then start counting my 40 seconds. And I'm gonna go ahead and set a timer real quick. While we're waiting on the timer, the difference between a clear water slide and a white water slide is just that, the white. On a clear water slide, whatever you see as white beforehand will really be transparent, and the white stays white, so you have to cut accurately around your decal. The clear, you won't see the edges. Sometimes it curls up and then I just tap it down. It's not going to hurt anything because it's well coated. And when my timer goes off, I will try to move the mug within range, and you can see what it looks like. There's my timer, and I'm going to move this out of the way a little bit further, and we can see the bottom. Maybe if I tilt it this way, yeah. And I've got it tilted on something, so I have it tilted so that it'll be on its straight away, so I can see kind of what I'm doing when I place the water slide. So I'm gonna check to see that it's ready. If it slides a little bit, it's ready, and it is. So here it is soaking wet, and I'm going to put it at the center of the tumbler and line it up as best I could. I'm gonna look at it straight on. And I'm straightening it out as best I can. And then I hold down one side of the water slide and pull with the other. straight out. Put that aside. Check that it's centered where I want it, and I apologize, but I have to pick up to see it this way because I wear progressive lenses and I can't see at an angle when I bend down. Okay, so I'm happy with that. It looks fairly centered to me. So the next thing I do is get my little squeegee tool, multi-purpose tool, and I'm gonna just squeegee out the water ever so lightly. Don't want to manhandle it too much, or you can tear it really easily. And as you can see, it didn't have to be cut out perfectly because you're not going to see those edges very much. And I'm double checking that it's in the center. And as you can see, it gives you a little bit of time. For me, this is so much easier than doing the vinyl. I mean, true, I use clear, so anything below will change the color somewhat. But okay, I'm fairly happy with that. I'm gonna just squeegee it again because I moved it around some. Sorry. And then the next thing you need is some paper towel to just very lightly damp out any excess water. And I do kind of push from the middle out so that I don't create any wrinkles in it. So I'm fairly happy with that. So now I'm going to double check again that I have it centered. I'm just judging it from the center of this decal. And I used the handle on my turner handle to center it, the other decal. I think the logo still looks pretty good. So since I moved it around yet again, I'm gonna squeegee it again very lightly because as it dries, it becomes more brittle and you can tear it. So that's that cup. And I'm gonna set this aside. And now I'm gonna work on this cup. So, and as I mentioned, I'm gonna go with the color on this one, and I do want it to go this way. So I'm gonna move this over so I can see better. And I'm just using this little, it's a dog bowl turner handle base thing to help me center it because it's pretty much straight on from there. So I'm going to go ahead and take my water slide, put it in the water. And I'm going to set my timer for 30 seconds, which is about 40 if you count in on my talking I just did. I'm just gonna poke it a little bit more, turn it over. I don't know that it needs it, but I've been doing it, so. And I've only ripped a couple of water slides and I've done quite a few, so I really do like using them. Okay. So I'm going to double check that it slides a little bit. can see that it's sliding fairly easily. I'm gonna put it in for another second because I forgot to step on the other cup. You are supposed to wet the bottom, or the surface that is, of where you're gonna put the water slide. And that helps it slide just a little bit more. All right, so now that I have this facing the way I want, so I'm going to hold down the side, put it to the side again, put this out of the way, put it on the side, my thumb, and then slide it out from the other side. And sorry, but I'm again gonna have to pick it up and double check that it's centered. And I need to scooch it a little bit. That's pretty close. I'm fairly happy with that. I'm gonna squeegee it very lightly. And this bottom is a lot smoother. I didn't use as much chunky glitter on this one, on the bottom. Okay, and then I'm gonna take my paper towel and just damp it, or tamp it, I guess, to get out the excess water. And yeah, I think I'm happy with that. The package directions for the water slide paper that I use says to let it dry for at least 3 hours. But you can just see your packaging for your water slide paper, and I get the clear. Anyway, y'all have a wonderful day.